Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masech Shabbos, Parakid Zion, Mishnah Vav and Zion. We're talking more about Muksa. Mishnah Vav says, "Ha'evin shebekar yua im mamalin bav ein nofelis mamalin bav im lav ein mamalin bav." You're on a road trip, camping out in the woods, and you have a well there, but you have no way, you have no pail to take the water out of the well. So you have butternut squash with you because who doesn't go camping without butternut squash? And you cut it open and you want to, take out some water with the butternut squash. But, butternut squash doesn't weigh that much. You put it in a well, it's going to float right to the top. So you put a rock in the bottom of the butternut squash. Therefore, it'll weigh it down and be able to fill up with water. So if when you put it in the well, the stone doesn't fall out, you put it in tightly into the walls of the butternut squash. So it's part of the butternut squash. And I like to say, even if you did this on Shabbos, right? Before Shabbos, if you didn't know about this well, and then you took a rock on Shabbos, it would be okay. If not, the rock would fall out. So the rock is not part. It's not part of the kli, right? This makeshift pail that you're using to draw water from the well. So the rock is independent, and therefore it's called a basis l'davra, or the butternut squash is basically a base holding a rock, and the whole thing would be muksa. Right? It's not going to hold it. Then it's a bus. Zmora sheik shura b'tafiach. Let's say you had a pail, but you had no rope, so you took a vine of a grape, right, which is probably muksa because you didn't plan on using it. L'malin ba the Shabbos, you tie it around, you make a good knot. Like I mentioned, you're allowed to make a good knot if it's just temporarily, or it's not a knot. It's not for personal use, not a commercial type of knot. So you make the knot on Shabbos, you mal it with that because usually that's strong enough, it's not going to break. You can use that. The chiddush of this Mishnah is that you're allowed to do these things even though there was no preparation before Shabbos. The Gemara in other places talks about you have to prepare avonim for Shabbos. I'm going to talk more. I think this Mishnah is talking about even if you didn't prepare the avonim. I will explain the difference in Ian, Mitzi, and Zion. Kaka choler, Lezer Omer is manshu, kosher v'tole, poking and bow. V'melav and poking and bow. Window treatments, right? You have a window. Sometimes you have draperies, you have curtains, they fall down or things like that. Or sometimes you have shades you want to lower. Or sometimes you have even these, in the windows, you have these types of like pieces of wood that come down. I forget what it's called. I have a lot in Israel. In the olden days here in Israel, they used to do these things. It's like a box. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, or the simple explanation, according to a lot of Mefarshim, it's talking about you have a window and you have a piece of wood to just put in the window. Maybe the air is going through the window is cracked. So if it's tied and hanging, according to Lezer, you could do that as long as you need kosher v'tali. Let's say shades, it's hanging and it's not on the ground, it's not all the way to the ground. It doesn't make a difference whether it's tied or not tied. It doesn't make a difference. The machlokas, the Gemara explains between Rez and the Chamim, is mosifin ol al arai b'Shabbos, right? Ol arai, a window is not considered an ol keva. A window isn't protecting you so much; it protects you in a non-permanent fashion, right? Having a window there is not, if you have a roof over your head, that's really an ol keva. An ol arai, the window is not something which is protecting you in a permanent fashion. So therefore, the question is, can I add on to an ol arai? Ol arai is only the Rabbanan, right? Ol keva is the Raisa. To make an ol, to prop up a tent on Shabbos, potentially be the Raisa. To put in a window is only the Rabbanan. Now I want to be most of all right. It's a crack in the window. I want to add on to it. So according to Belezer, if it's kosher v'toloi, right? If you have shades that are tied, right? Tied down. They're hanging from the wall. And it's not on the ground. So therefore, it's not called hosafa, all right? Because it was already placed on Shabbos. You're just lowering it or making it higher. According to the Rabbanan, no, it's okay because you can also all arai on Shabbos. The whole concept of all arai is only the Rabbanan. So they weren't gozer on adding on to all arai, even if it's a piece on the floor. You want to take some wood from the floor and close up your window. It's at most it's called Mosiv and Al Arai, and they weren't gozer Xer, and we pass on the Chum anyway. Hope you enjoyed today's share. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzvah, where I talk more about Mishnah Vav.